The Whisper Beyond the Pines. I'm 27, living alone in a rented single-story house on the edge of a small town in Oregon called Hollow Creek. It's quiet out here, too quiet sometimes, but the rent's cheap, and I like the isolation. I work the night shift at a printing facility, usually getting home at around 1:30 or 2 a.m. My life had become repetitive. Work, home, shower, game, sleep. That was it. But about 2 months ago, something happened that made me realize maybe being alone in a quiet town isn't as peaceful as it sounds. It was early March, cold and windy that kind of night, where you can hear the trees scraping each other. I had just gotten home from work and made myself some noodles. Around 3 o'clock a.m., I was still wide awake, just scrolling through my phone, when the power suddenly went out. The entire house went black. I could still hear the faint hum of the wind outside and the occasional creak of the old floorboards under me. I grabbed my phone flashlight and checked the breaker box, nothing wrong. It had to be an outage. But when I stepped outside to check if the neighbors were dark too, I realized there weren't any lights at all in the entire stretch of road. Every house on my street was pitch black. The wind had stopped completely. The silence was suffocating. I stood there for a moment, scanning the rows of pine trees across the road. And that's when I heard it. A whisper. It wasn't clear or loud, but it was there drifting from somewhere deep in the trees. At first, I thought maybe it was just the wind starting up again, but when I listened closer, I could swear I heard words, like someone mumbling a sentence but never finishing it. I turned my phone light toward the forest line and saw nothing but shifting shadows. I went back inside. The power came back maybe 10 minutes later, and I brushed it off as paranoia. But the whispering came back every night that week. The following Thursday, I decided to find out what it was. It was around 2:45 a.m., and once again, I heard it soft and drawn out, almost like someone calling a name. I grabbed a jacket, my flashlight, and stepped outside. I crossed the empty road, the air cold enough to sting my throat, and stood in front of the tree line. "Hello?" I called out. The whisper stopped. Then, after a few seconds, came another sound, this time a sharp crack of a branch breaking. I pointed the flashlight into the woods, just trees, thick and endless. I was about to turn back when I saw something, a small orange glow deeper inside. It looked like a lantern. Curiosity got the best of me. I started walking toward it, my shoes crunching on the damp ground. The further I went, the more I realized how quiet it was. No wind, no bugs, nothing. Just my breathing. After maybe 2 minutes, I reached the glow and froze. It wasn't a lantern. It was a phone lying face up on the ground with the flashlight on, pointing at a tree. And on the tree, there was something carved. It said, "Go back." I ran back to my house so fast I nearly tripped on the porch steps. I locked every door, every window. That night I barely slept. The next day I convinced myself someone was just messing around, maybe some kids. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone had been watching me from those woods. And I was right. 2 nights later, it rained. Heavy, the kind that drowns out every sound. Around 3:10 a.m., I woke up to a thud at my back door. Then another. Then a slow, dragging noise against the glass. My stomach dropped. I got up, trying to be as quiet as possible, and peeked through the curtains that faced the backyard. Through the rain, I could barely make it out a figure standing at the edge of the woods, still, facing the house. It was so hard to see, but I knew someone was there. Their posture was unnatural, head tilted slightly, arms stiff at their sides. Then lightning flashed, and I saw them clearly for just... It was a man. No shirt, no shoes, skin pale like ash. His mouth was wide open, like he was screaming, but I couldn't hear a thing through the storm. When the lightning faded, he was gone. I called the sheriff the next morning. They sent a deputy, checked the woods, and found nothing but wet footprints near the tree line leading toward my house, but never back. That was 2 months ago. I've since installed cameras outside, moved my bed to the living room, and I keep my lights on at night. But every now and then, when I'm half asleep, I still hear faint whispering outside my window, like someone repeating my name from the trees. And last night, the camera caught something. A figure standing in the exact same spot at 3:12 a.m., staring at the house. Motionless. I haven't looked outside since. The next part is coming soon, so make sure to subscribe to the channel.